Robin Nicole here, back with another vlog for you guys. I have a few errands to run, so I'm going to bring you guys along with me. But we are into hurricane season here in South Carolina. It runs June 1st through October 30th. We don't have any immediate threats, and it's hard to tell with how nice it is outside today, but it has been very stormy the past few days, and we're just going to keep getting more than that. No active threats of hurricanes right now, but it's better to be prepared before you have to be. So come along with me and see what I do to prepare for hurricane season. So first stop here today, I am just going through the car wash. This might seem like a weird thing, but you definitely want to make sure that your car is kind of clean before hurricane season. Just not necessarily like your car itself, but at least the windows. Because that's going to help you to be able to see better if you have to drive. If you're on your way to an emergency shelter or whatever, you want to make sure you can see out your windows. So I recommend going through a car wash or washing your car at home with Rain-X. So that is why I'm going through this car wash. They use Rain-X, and it's really going to help me with visibility if I have to drive in inclement weather. So my next stop here, I am just fueling up real quick. You definitely want to make sure that you keep your tank full in your car during hurricane season, because with supply and demand, prices are definitely going to go up. During hurricane season, I try to make sure that my car is at or above half a tank at all times, because like I said, supply and demand, prices are going to get jacked up. Most people aren't going to be driving around during hurricane season, but I am a first responder, so I still have to work during that time, and so I need to make sure I can get to and from work. If you guys want to, it's also a great idea to get the like 5-gallon jugs or whatever with extra gas while prices are decent. Today it is $2.12 here at Speedway, and prices haven't been this low in a while, but I know in a couple of weeks here, as soon as we get our first threat, they're just going to spike through the roof. So it is definitely good for your budget to just fuel up and try to keep your tank as full as you can before those prices hike. Hey guys, it has been a while since I last talked to you. My mom called, so I was on the phone with her for a while running some errands, and my next place to go is the gym, but I was on the phone with my mom for a while, so I came out here to the West Columbia side of the river walk. Was just walking around out here for a while I was on the phone with her, but I finally got off with her, so I am headed over to the gym now. I'm not going to record while I'm there, but I'll talk to you guys when I am done. Hey guys, just got out of the gym, on to the next thing. We're going to go to the grocery store and pick up a few things. I'm not doing like all my shopping in one go, just picking up a few things this evening. So I will take you guys along with me. I'm back, just got a few things here. You never have too much water. Or too much toilet paper. Okay, well, that was a successful shopping trip. Like I said, I was just going to pick up a few items. Not doing a big shopping spree right now, just picking up some basic essentials. I still need to kind of go through my cupboards and see what I already have, because I do have a lot of stuff that I kept from last hurricane season and stuff that I've just slowly been stocking up on during the year. But as you guys saw, I got a couple of cases of water and a very large pack of toilet paper, because those are two things that you can just never have enough of around, and it's much cheaper to buy them in bulk. Those are also things people might not really think about, but again, supply and demand, just like the gas, those price gouges happen and the prices go up, and those are things, especially water, sells out really, really fast. once there's any kind of threat. Hey guys, I'm back. It's actually a few days later and I am feeling so much better, and I just feel like I could bring more energy to this and be more focused and present with this. So I don't remember exactly where we left off, but I'm just going to jump kind of right into the next thing. So this morning I went to my local farmer's market. When you're actually under any kind of hurricane or natural disaster threat, you don't want a lot of fresh produce because it's going to go bad. But what that means is that you probably want to make sure that you're eating a lot before there's any kind of threat, because you're going to get really tired of junk food and like canned processed food if you have your power out for a while. And maybe you would like to get some fresh produce right before the hurricane hit, so you have it for the first couple days. So like I said, I just went to my farmer's market. I got this huge box of produce. My local farmer's market, Soda City Farmer's Market in downtown Columbia, South Carolina, sells these boxes for $10 a box. You stuff as much stuff as you can into them, and it is a flat $10 fee. They might charge you an extra $1 or $2 if you overfill your box. Today I spent $11 because I overfilled it a little bit. But let me show you guys what all I got. I got these adorable little baby plums. I have not tried them yet, but they look and smell very good. And I'm not a big plum person, but I thought these were so cute. They are so tiny, just these little baby plums. I got a nice little pack of blueberries. This is some of my favorite fruit. I love it with granola or on yogurt or just as a snack by itself. I live by myself, so I didn't get a ton of stuff, but what I do have is only going to last me honestly 2 or 3 days. I go through produce very quick, which is like why I go down to the farmer's market and get it cheaper than I could in the grocery store. So I just grabbed a couple bananas and 3 sweet potatoes. Usually I would get like bigger sweet potatoes, but the ones they had this morning were all pretty small. So that's what I got, and I will probably pick up more of those from the grocery store because potatoes are just very cheap. I got a couple summer squash. I like to roast these up with other veggies like zucchini, which I did not get any of this morning. Probably should have grabbed one, but that's all right. I grabbed some peaches. These were all ripe, super fresh. These are gonna be gone by tomorrow, if I'm being totally honest, in my house. And then I got a tomato. Tomatoes are great versatile fruit. Some people like to call them a vegetable. They are technically a fruit. You can add them into all kinds of stuff. I got a nice big head of broccoli. I'm probably gonna cook this up with the summer squash. And then I got just a couple carrots. These are pretty good sized carrots, and I will probably juice these and drink them that way. And then I just got 1 cob of corn and a full-size pineapple that I will slice up and eat. That will thanks, Marie. That'll probably be gone by this afternoon. So like I said, I like to eat a lot of fresh produce before there's any kind of threat, because I just eat a lot of fruits and vegetables in general, so that's something I always like to be stocked up on. But while there's an actual threat, you have to know that your power is likely going to go out. So if you are going to get stuff, you need stuff that doesn't need to be refrigerated, and either get a small enough amount of stuff that you're going to finish it in a couple of days, or get stuff like potatoes that maybe last a little longer. But also keep in mind, whatever you get, make sure that it's either something you're willing to eat raw or something that you have a way to cook. I know some people like to get their camping stoves out and stuff. Personally, I don't, because that means you have to go outside to cook safely, and I'm not going to go outside when it is dumping down rain and hurricane force winds. That is just not worth it to me, but I know that's something that some people do. Also, if you have a generator, you might not be so worried about the power going out. You have to figure out what works for you and for your household. Personally, I don't think it's really worth it for me to get a generator. I don't know, that could change. I have considered it just to keep air conditioning going, more for the sake of my dog than for me myself. But like I said, that's something you kind of have to choose for your own family. Something that you do want to stock up on though for hurricane season is all kinds of pantry items, and especially canned goods. This isn't the best example because, again, I personally, if the power goes out, I'm not going to be cooking hot dishes, so I'm not going to be using soups. But it is nice to have them while the power is still on. But I prefer things, again, I like a lot of produce, so things like freeze-dried fruit, freeze-dried vegetables. Over here I have this classic 3-bean salad that can be served cold. Sliced carrots, not the best cold. I mean, like plain raw carrots like this, yes, but like the canned stuff is better for cooking, but you can eat it raw. I've got coconut flakes. Personally, I don't get the whole thing of people buying bread and milk before like hurricanes and stuff, because it's gonna go bad really fast. But then again, I also live by myself, and so I guess if you had like a family of 3 or 4 or more, it might be worthwhile to get some bread and just stock up on like peanut butter and Nutella. You probably don't want jelly. It's probably fine if you don't refrigerate it, but it is supposed to be refrigerated. I also like having just like fruit leather type snacks. And again, with the milk, I wouldn't do milk, but you could do rolled oats with just plain water. It's not going to taste nearly as good, but still something you can do. Me personally, I like things like canned fruit because this is something that doesn't need to be cooked and it tastes almost as good as when it's fresh. I also like things like graham crackers or other types of crackers, and things like nuts. You can never have too much of that kind of stuff around, as long as, of course, you and no one else in your household is allergic. So over here I actually have a laundry basket of stuff left over from last hurricane season that kind of has some other stuff on top of it now. But some of the things that I had last hurricane season were these peanut butter filled pretzels. I need to get some more of those. I had red vines, a couple different types of Pringles, Pop-Tarts. I did have an instant soup. Of course, these are better heated up and served that way, but you actually can eat these raw. I have a jar of pickles in here that I never used, and one of these nice family size variety packs of chips, some more canned fruits and vegetables down there, and some applesauce. And then again, leftover from last year, kind of has stuff piled up on top of it now, but this bin is what I took to work with me. So inside of that bin, I had things like extra work clothes, towels, shampoo and conditioner. I am a first responder, and during hurricane season last year, I did sleep overnight in one of our local hospitals for a while. They had opened up some rooms for us, so we did have a place to sleep and stay warm and dry and shower. And so that was really nice of them to do that for us. I don't know if they're going to do that for us again this year, but again, most of you guys are not going to be out on the roads working, driving around while there are hurricanes in the area. But as for me, I have to be prepared both for the possibility of getting stuck at work and working throughout the hurricane until it is over and done, and then kind of doing relief efforts afterwards. But I also have to be prepared for the possibility of being stuck at home and not being able to get to work. So like you guys saw how much water I bought the other day, I'm actually going to buy more, and I'm probably going to keep 2 or 3 cases at my house and 2 or 3 cases in my car. The reason for that is even if I end up stuck at work, I live far enough inland that I'm a place that people technically evacuate to during hurricane season. And so I have friends who live out on the coast, and so I open up my house to them, especially those who have pets. So that way, Murray, wherever he is, will have a friend. And there are a lot of shelters that don't accept pets. So if you have pets, make sure you plan accordingly. See if any shelters in your area allow pets, and if not, try to make arrangements ahead of time for them. As far as windows, you can see this one is all nicely taped up. I never took it down from last hurricane season. Again, depending on where you live, you may want to board up windows. If you are on the coast, you need to board up your windows, or else your insurance may not cover any damage that happens as a result of the windows shattering. So definitely also make sure you know what your homeowner's insurance is like, or your renter's insurance, and make sure you are fully covered for anything that could happen, from high wind damage to flood damage and anything else in between. And especially if you live in a coastal area, you want to make sure you're covered for looters, because unfortunately people do go back into those areas and break into people's house and steal things while people have evacuated. A really good thing to do before hurricane season really starts up is to make sure your electronics are charged. Let me show you the backup battery packs I have. So this is just one of the backup power stations I have to keep my phone charged during hurricane season. You definitely want to make sure you have something that you can charge up your electronics with, so you can stay in contact from family and friends from out of town. Mary, let go, please. So before hurricane season, you definitely want to make sure you have a few of those. Once there's any kind of imminent threat, that is one thing that sells out so fast you won't be able to get a hold of it. Verizon, when I bought my phone, they said that within the first 24 hours after a potential threat, they were completely sold out, and they couldn't get any more shipments until after the hurricane had already passed. So that's something you definitely want to make sure you have in advance. You also want to make sure you have extra flashlights, batteries, candles, stuff like that. One of my absolute favorite tools for hurricane season is one of these amazing NOAA radios. So this gets you connected to NOAA and to the special, weather channel and stuff when the power is out. This is powered by solar. You can also hand crank. It also has a flashlight on the end. You can get these for like $8 on Amazon. So I'm kind of wrap it up here. This is part 1 of hurricane season preparation. Make sure to stay tuned for more. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up, share it with friends and family, leave me some love down in the comments. Let me know what you would like to know more about or see more of, and I will try to go ahead and get that done for you. As always, I appreciate you guys watching this so much. If you haven't already, make sure that after subscribing, you hit that bell to adjust your notification settings to make sure you get notified every time I upload a new video, to make sure that you see it, and I will see you all again soon. Bye.